Hi there, I'm Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga. Thank you so much for your interest in my video today. Hey, if you'd like to follow along when we do the classes live, just like my Kaleidoscope Yoga page on Facebook or follow me on Instagram at Amber Kleid Yoga for dates and times. In the meantime, grab yourself your mat, a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket and a towel, and perhaps a bolster or a thicker pillow to rest on in Savasana, and I will meet you on the mat. So finding that tall spine, lifting from the crown of the head as if someone is pulling on the crown, and anchoring the tailbone down as we begin our practice today. Let your shoulders relax down the back. And just for a moment, as you are settling in, kind of tune into the breath at first and notice how you're breathing at this moment. Is it feeling a little shallow, or have you been able to find some deep, full breaths already today? Is it slow? Is it a little speedy? Are you breathing into the chest? Are you breathing into the belly? No judgment whatsoever. We're just kind of noticing, settling into the body, and just kind of feeling what's going on. And once you have a good sense of what's happening in the breath, start to notice what's going on in the body. See if you need to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Maybe today we don't sit cross-legged. Maybe legs are outstretched in front of us, or we sit in hero's pose as we sit on our knees, and maybe we sit on top of a block. If you haven't already and it feels comfortable to you, go ahead and close the eyes. Otherwise, you can take the gaze down to the floor and let your eyelashes just kind of kiss each other, and just enough that you can see some light and it feels comfortable to you as you gaze down. Yeah. Feeling the energy of the body start to kind of move down, and I love thinking about a candle burning and the wax moving from the top of the candle down, and I kind of like to use that when I'm using my exhales to let my energy settle. Just nice and slow with each exhale, let that energy start to soften the expression in the face, the space between the eyes, through the cheekbones. Maybe the eyes feel like they're floating a little bit in their eye sockets, letting the space around the ears relax, and around the jaw as well. And then let's check into the neck. So let's take our right ear to our right shoulder. And then you have a few options here, especially if you want a deeper stretch. You can take the left hand and reach out towards your mat. And then you can take your right hand and gently rest it on top of your left ear. And so we're not pulling the head down, but we're just letting the weight of the hand just relax into the side of the head, finding a deeper stretch here. You also have an option to draw the hand, the left hand to your low back, and that will get a little bit deeper stretch into your shoulder. So you get to be the judge on what feels really good and what your body can take at this moment. And so from here, you can leave the hand on the head, but we're going to kind of dip our nose towards our right leg. So the cheek's going to kind of come near your armpit here. And you're going to look down, and with the hand on the head, if that's what you chose, you can kind of relax here, and that'll get into a little bit different space in the neck. We're going to do a little bit of neck work today, opening up through the shoulders. So keeping your gaze towards your right leg, we're going to go ahead and release the hand. And you're going to dip the chin towards the chest. Maintaining that integrity in the spine, lifting up nice and tall, but we're relaxed through the shoulders. And depending on how tight you're feeling today, you may feel the stretch all the way down to the hips, down to your low back. And when you're ready, go ahead and take an inhale, drawing the head back above the heart. And then we'll exhale, left ear, left shoulder. And go ahead and do the same. You can reach out with the right hand. And then you can bring the left hand to the top and just rest it gently on the ear. And then if you choose, you can take that right hand behind your low back. So the forearm kind of rests across the low back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and draw the nose towards your left leg this time. One more breath here. And then gently removing the left hand, if you have it on the head, and dropping chin to chest. And go ahead and bring that right hand back and just rest it at your side. Finding that length through the back. With an inhale, you're going to draw the head back above the heart and draw the shoulders up. And then as you exhale, relax the shoulders back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, bring them back. 1 more time. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, bring them back. So let's do that opposite direction. Shoulders back and up. Releasing down on the exhale. Back and up. 1 more time. Back and up. And then relax. So we're going to draw our forearms parallel to the floor. Bring those palms facing the ceiling. Elbows are going to be at the waist. And so from here, we're going to hug those shoulder blades back. So sometimes when you're feeling really, really tight in the neck, it's good to tighten that space, because what happens is the muscles that are feeling really pulled need an opportunity to relax. So especially if you're rolling forward all day long, if you're on a smartphone or whatever, you gotta hug those muscles back. And that gives them an opportunity to really relax their grip. I mean, they've been holding this head for, a long time, and those muscles just get tired. And so this not only relaxes those muscles that are being pulled, but it also gives a little bit of strength to the muscles as they're weakened. It's true. So palms up. So what you're going to do as you've got your shoulder blades hugged into your spine, as you're going to start this little bounce, drawing the elbows back. I'm going to turn to the side here just in case so you can see. So I'm kind of pumping my elbows back. Still hugging shoulder blades to spine. And just a soft breath here. Let's do 3 more. And then relax. Let's bring the palms together at heart space. And here I would like to invite you to set an intention for your class today. And then we will continue. Maybe bringing a little smile to the corner of the mouth. And then settling in with that intention, maybe drawing it close to your heart space, tucking it away for now. Not worrying about the outcome. And then we are going to take an inhale, palms together, draw the fingertips up. And exhale to your right. So we're dropping the left hip down and we're lengthening through the left fingertips. Softly engage the belly as you inhale back to center and exhale to the left. Anchoring down that right hip. Inhale back to center and exhale to the right. Back to center. Using that core, not the arms. Exhale to the left. Let's do one more set. Bring it to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale to your left. Draw the hands up. And coming into goddess arms or cactus arms. Relaxing the shoulders. Elbows are out from the shoulders. Let's take an inhale. We're going to draw the hands back up. And this time as we come down, we're going to clasp the hands together behind the head. So right underneath the skull, the occipital bone, and the thumbs are going to kind of drape down on the sides of the neck. Elbows are out, tall through the spine. We're going to take an inhale and open the elbows back a little bit. So we're widening through the collarbones and lengthening a little bit up through those ribs. And then exhale. Elbows are going to come towards one another. If it feels good in your body, you can dip the chin towards the chest. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Again, inhale, big opening. And exhale. One more time, deep breath in, open up. And exhale, elbows towards one another. And this time you're going to release the hands and let them come on down to the floor. So if you're sitting up on a block, it might be a little bit easier to do a forward fold if you're on the floor. So remove the block. We're going to bring the hands down to the floor. We're going to anchor the tailbone down, find a nice lift through the spine, and we're going to walk the hands forward. See if you can find that edge, that space where you're like, okay, I can feel this now. And then just pause there for a moment. And let your neck be an extension of the spine. So don't look up towards the ceiling, and you're not necessarily dropping the chin to chest. So the gaze is kind of in front of your fingertips. One more breath here. And then let's go ahead and walk to the right. Oof, my left hip's feeling it today. So come on over to the right. And I'm going to ask that you, if you have the flexibility, you can drop your forearm down, or you can keep your palm on the ground. So we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to draw the left shoulder back, lifting the arm. We're going to find this openness in the chest. Big breath in. And exhale slowly, using the full length of the breath. Exhale. And then inhale again. We're stretching through the side body, waking up the core a little bit. Definitely exploring a little bit through the shoulders and the neck. And then go ahead and rest the hand down here and bring yourself back to center. And then walk yourself up. Good. Let's switch our feet. And then we're going to come back into that forward fold. So hands to the ground. Lengthening through the spine, tailbone towards the floor, and just gently walk those hands forward. And what I'd love to see here is a straight back still, so we're not rounding the back. If you feel your back rounding, then walk yourself back towards your feet just a little bit. So this should feel pretty strong. You should feel a connection. Well, I shouldn't say you should. You may feel a connection through the back of the hips, through the low back, and it might feel quite tight if you haven't done any movement so far this morning. Over here, me. Let's go ahead and walk over to the left. And when you walk over, you want to make sure that you're not lifting on the opposite side. So your right side should be on the ground. And then when you're ready, you can drop the forearm down or keep your palm down, and you're going to take an inhale. Let the right shoulder come back, lifting up the arm, opening through the chest, and then exhale down. Remember to use the full length of the inhale and exhale for the movement. Inhale back up, connecting gently to the core. Exhale down. Let's do that 2 more times. Bring it up. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. You got it. Inhale. Bring it up. And exhale down. Bring both hands forward again. And just allow yourself a full breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and draw the hands back towards your feet. And we're going to release our feet out in front of us. Oh, that feels good. Find a little gentle massage around the kneecaps, maybe around the calves, just to kind of get a little bit more blood flowing to the legs and the knees. And then please bring your right foot in towards your thigh. Remove the little fleshy parts if you need to on your bottom. So we're going to take our right hand and let's bring it forward. So point it towards your smart device. And we're going to take an inhale and rainbow the arm back. Reach, reach, reach up. Big breath in and exhale. Place it on the floor in a space where you can find length and support through the back. We're going to flex through the left foot. We're going to bring the left fingertips towards our toes. So arm is outstretched. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, rotate into that right leg and give it a hug in. And then you're going to find a twist. Keeping the length through the spine. So you got plenty of space to add breath. And with each exhale, see if you can shift just a little bit more into your twist. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. And if you're not already, you can look over your right shoulder. Take one more breath here. Then take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly unwind, and you're just going to unwind all the way to the left for just the duration of the exhale. And then come on back to center. Let's go ahead and bring the left leg in. So we want to hug ourselves up to that knee, move the little fleshy part if you need to, and let's outreach or reach out with your left hand this time. Take a deep inhale and rainbow it up. Full deep breath and exhale. Drop it behind you. Lengthen through the spine. Flex through that right foot. Reach towards your right toes. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to give your left leg a big old hug. And then find the length through the spine once again. And you may want to find a little movement in the neck or just rest still. It's up to you. Softening into the twist with the exhales. And then take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, use that full exhale to rotate all the way to the right. And then back to center. Let's go ahead and come into our tabletop position, please. And here you might like to pad your knees. So knees under hips, hands and wrists underneath your shoulders. Taking a nice deep inhale, drop the belly down. Find your cow. And then you're going to exhale and let the hips come to your heels and reach your fingertips out super far. Tent the fingers if it feels good. It'll give you a little bit deeper stretch in your armpits. And you might feel it all the way down your side body to your hips. And then on your next inhale, press the palms down and draw yourself back up. Find that cow. And let's do that again. Exhale into child's pose. Tenting the fingertips. And then let's come back up on an inhale, finding your cow. And then one last time, find that child's pose. And this time, go ahead and just relax the arms. You can draw the forehead to the floor for a moment and give it a nice little rock from side to side, massaging the third eye. Finding the breath in the back of the rib cage, letting the shoulder blades expand. And then on your next inhale, draw yourself all the way back up into tabletop. Really spread those fingertips out nice and wide. Walk them forward just a little bit. And we're going to turn our toes under. Find down dog. Remembering to keep the arms straight. Grip into the fingertips to take the pressure off of your wrists. Maybe a little bit more pressure in the index finger and the thumb. Go ahead and take a few breaths to walk your dog. And you can walk the feet forward a little bit too. And then walk them back. You get a different stretch in the leg. Subtle, but a little different. The farther back you walk, and the closer to your hands that you bring your downward dog. So pausing the feet, drawing the hips up, and maybe drawing the chest just a little closer to your knees. But we don't want to find slack in the shoulder blades. So we're not dropping the chest down. We're strong through the arms. Anchor down the right foot. We're going to inhale left foot high. Find your three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw that left foot forward. And so you're going to drop that back heel, 45-degree angle. Keeping the front knee above your ankle. And we're going to make our way into our warrior one. Drawing up nice and tall. Relaxing those shoulder blades. Connecting to the back heel. The pinky toe and then the big toe. And then in the front foot, connect to the toes. Pinky toe, big toe, and then the heel. Strong here. Take a deep inhale. We're going to find revolved twist. So left hand's going to come to the floor, right hand's going to stay high. Relaxing through the shoulders. Keep that connection to the back foot. And then when you're ready, engage the legs. Use that foundation to draw yourself back up. And then this time, we're going to exhale, left hand to the ground. Right hand stays high. So just the opposite. And if you'd like here, you can draw the right or the left arm a little bit closer to the leg and kind of press them together and find some activation on the inner thigh. Maybe rotating through the right wrist. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way up. Connect to your foundation. Draw yourself up. We're going to straighten out the front leg. And we're going to bend at our hip crease. So we're going to kind of keep this length from the fingertips down to the base of the spine. As we start to move forward into pyramid. And if you need, you can bring the back foot forward a little bit. But we're going to come to like this parallel position as best as you can. And you're going to move that right hip down just a little, keeping a slight bend in your front leg, maybe more if you need to. And if you want to here, you can draw the arms down. You can rest them on a block. You can rest them on your calf, the floor. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. All right, on your next inhale, let's bend into that front leg, drawing the hands back up, and we're going to rotate into our warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. We got a nice little bend in that front knee, but make sure, just take a peek at it, make sure it's poking over the second and third toe, and it's not dipping in, and it's not dropping out. You should feel a solid foundation in your foot. And on the outer edge, you're pressing into your big toe too to make sure you're not dropping to the outer edge of the foot. Let's take an inhale, peaceful warrior. Left hand to the sky, big side stretch. And then exhale, side angle bend. You can rest the forearm on top of the thigh. Right hand reaches up. And you can get a deep stretch on this side too by reaching a little farther if you like. And then inhale, peaceful warrior. And this time, as we do side angle bend, maybe you'd like to bring the hand down to the floor again. And then inhale, peaceful warrior, straightening out that front leg. We're going to move into our triangle. So right hip is going to kick back just a little bit. Left hand comes down to the calf, or maybe you have a block. We just want to make sure that we're open through the chest and you're not leaning forward. If you're reaching down towards the ground and you're leaning forward, bring your hand somewhere on your leg. Bring that left hand up. And if it feels comfortable, you can bring the gaze to the tips of the upper hand. Keep connected to that foundation. And then engaging in the belly. Let's draw ourselves up. We're going to come to 5-pointed star. Hands up in the air. Bring the toes parallel to one another. Relax the back or the shoulders for just a second. Take a big inhale. Reach it up. And you're going to exhale and draw the hands to your low back. So your fingertips are going to point towards your bottom. The palms of your hands are going to rest on your low back, and you're just going to take a little back bend here, and it is totally up to you how big you want your back bend to be, but I'm just lifting up my chest a little bit, hugging my elbows towards one another just for a moment. Take a big breath in, and then we're going to exhale and do a wide-legged forward fold. Coming parallel to the floor. And then once you get to this parallel position, take your hands and just roll them down your legs, all the way to the ankle. Let your head and your shoulder relax. And take the fingers onto the ground and reach towards the back edge of the mat for a little deeper stretch here. And then draw those hands back forward. And we're going to walk over to our right foot. And if you want, you can bring the feet to a 45 degree. So we're just kind of bringing the toes out just a little. And you can stay here in this flat back position if that feels really good to you. Or you can wrap the left hand around the right calf and find a twist, lifting the right hand to the sky. Try not to let that shoulder make out with your ear. Pull it down. One more breath here. And on the exhale, float the hand down. And walk over to the left. Same thing, you might like to just stay here in this flat back position. This might feel really good to you. Or you can take the right hand, wrap it around the left calf, and find that rotation, left hand to the sky. Deep inhale here, and float the hand down on the exhale. We're going to bend our knees quite generously and come into a little bit of a squat here. So weight comes into the heels, but we want to make sure that our toes are pressing into the floor as well. And then when you're ready, you're just going to roll yourself up. Take a big breath in, straighten out the legs, come back to our 5-pointed star. Big, big breath in. And we're going to work our way backwards. So hands are going to come out long. We're going to take our right foot this time, and we're going to point it out, and we're going to bring that left foot in at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to kick our hip back, and we're going to find our triangle shape over here. Fingertips to the sky. Maybe the gaze follows the upper hand. Engage the belly. Press into the foundation, strong through that core. Arms are out. Bend into that front knee. Find your warrior two. Shoulders are relaxed. Let's take a deep inhale, peaceful warrior. Left hand or right hand to the sky. Side angle bend on the thigh. Right arm on the right thigh. Find that deep stretch if you want to reach the hand all the way over. And then inhale, cartwheel the hands up. Peaceful warrior. And exhale, hand to the floor if you choose this time. Side angle bend. Inhale, draw it up. And this time, go ahead and bring the hands to, bring the arms out long. And you're going to kind of heel toe your right foot over to the right side a little bit. You're going to turn that back heel up. So we're going to come into our warrior one. Find what feels stable, and then let that back hip come to the ground again. And then we find our warrior one here. Take a nice deep inhale. We're going to find our revolve twist. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. Engage the foundation in the belly. Draw yourself up. And exhale, right hand down, left hand to the sky. Inhale, draw yourself up. You're going to bend a little bit into that back knee, turn that heel back up. We're going to take an inhale and come forward. And exhale the hands down. So let's go ahead and come back to the front of the mat. Some of you might be facing the back of your mat now, so go ahead and readjust yourself coming back here. Let's take a nice deep inhale, fingertips to the sky. And exhale, float the hands down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale down. Roll it back up again. And remember, if this makes you dizzy, gaze forward. And it makes the engagement in the back of the legs a little bit more when you do that. And then exhale, hands down to your side. So let's go ahead and do a little balancing shape today. So come on into the left leg and go ahead and stack yourself up. So the weight of the body is going to come into the left leg. Your right leg is going to be bent a little, toe to the floor. Make sure your hips are even. So the right hip's not up, but we're straight across here. We're long through the torso. In our rib cage, we're not lifting up through the rib cage. We're just letting the ribs kind of relax here. Go ahead and bring the arms out for a little extra help and balance, or you can have them at your sides, whatever feels good to you. Anchor into the soles of the feet. Maybe take a deep breath and imagine that you're drawing that breath, that energy from the earth, and you're drawing it up and anchoring it down again. Feel the whole of the foot. And then when you're ready, draw that knee up so the knee is directly out from the hip, keeping the hips even, remember. And we're going to take the foot and press it forward. Take an inhale, bend the knee back to where you began, and as you exhale, you're going to open up the gate. And when you open up the gate, the whole body doesn't shift. You're literally just opening the leg. Good. Draw it back to center, and this time we're going to bring the hands out in front of us, and we're going to draw the leg behind us. So you can drop your toe for extra balance, making sure those hips are straight across again, or you can go ahead and draw it all the way up, and you can come into this awesome warrior 3 fly position. But anything in between from point A to point Z is perfect. Whatever works for you. I can't believe I just gave you the little gun signal there. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, draw it in. Exhale, relax. Good job. Rotate through the right ankle, or left ankle, pardon me. Give the little hips a wiggle. And then let's do the same on the right. So coming into the right leg, stacking yourself up, checking your hips are even, relaxing the shoulder blades down the back, and we've got some space through the torso here. So we're really long from the heel to the crown of the head. Place the hands somewhere that's going to help you with your balance a little bit. And go ahead and draw that heel up, bending the knee. And then once you get yourself settled here, go ahead and draw that thigh up parallel to the floor. And then reach it forward, drawing the heel forward. And then on an inhale, bend it back. Exhale, open the gate. Inhale, draw the knee forward, bring the hands forward as well, and then exhale, draw that leg back to whatever capacity feels comfortable in your body. And one side might feel different than the other, so just listen. So if you have your leg outstretched all the way back, press through the heel of the outstretched leg, and then really connect into the roots of the right leg on the ground. See if you can lengthen again from the crown of the head to the back heel. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On an inhale, draw yourself to center, and then exhale. Nice. Rotate through that right ankle. And then bring yourself to mountain pose for just a few moments. Feet about hip distance apart. nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Palms can be open. Release any tension in the knees. Close the eyes for just a few moments and just breathe. Take a moment to check into the body, see if it's got anything going on that it wants to tell you. Notice any buzzing in the body or anything that feels especially good. You might have a few places that feel tight. See if you can breathe into those and relax a little more. Few more breaths here. Slowly start to open the eyes. Find a little movement in the hands. Take a deep inhale, stretch the hands up. And exhale, float it forward. Forward fold. Take a deep inhale, flat back. And exhale, hands to the ground. Bend your knees generously and go ahead and draw yourself all the way down. And we're going to come to rest on our backs, drawing the knees in. Give them a little hug. Give a little rock side to side. And you're going to release your left leg out long, keeping the right knee in. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to twist. So right leg is going to twist to the left, and you might lift up that left hip and scoot it back to the right. Now, if you find that your leg is floating or your low back is especially tight today, you might like to stack something underneath the leg so it's not reaching quite so far. And then if you can, kind of draw the lower rib towards your bent knee and then open up through the right side of the body. So we're opening up through the heart space here. Take 3 deep breaths and see if you can allow yourself to deepen into the twist just a little bit more. Release any holding in the legs and the arms, in the jaw. And then when you are ready, start to engage the belly and slowly draw yourself back to center. Bringing the hips back to the middle of the mat. Switch your block or your prop to the right side if you're using one. We're going to draw those knees in again. Find a gentle rock from side to side. And then relax the right leg out. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, twist to the right, lifting up the hips and shifting the lower hip to the left side of the mat. Taking the lower ribs and drawing them towards the bent knee, and then opening up just a little bit more through the chest. And of course, if that deep of a stretch does not feel good in your body, you don't have to do it. Just find a space that feels good for you. And again, seeking out any tension. And with your exhales, see if you can send the breath to those spaces to relax and release. Three more deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, softly drawing yourself, or slowly drawing yourself back to center. Give the knees one last hug, and maybe this time you draw the hands all the way around and clasp one or both of the wrists and draw the forehead towards the knees. You can even grab the bottom of the feet if you have the flexibility. And then come on into happy baby. Just for a moment, gentle rock from side to side. And then go ahead and let the legs extend out long. Grab your bolster if you want to put it underneath your knees for Savasana. And then go ahead and you can maybe take a deep stretch from fingertips to toes if that feels good. And then when you're ready, come into stillness. Maybe resting the hands on the belly or the heart space, or they can just rest at your side. And just enjoy the sensations in the body as you start to let the muscles relax away from the bones. Let the arms feel heavy, the shoulder blades connect to the mat. The back of the head rests, and maybe you kind of rock it side to side once or twice. Feeling the connection to the earth all the way down the back to the heels. Begin to draw a deeper breath in. Find a little movement in the fingers and the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. And then if you'd like to roll to one side for a moment to take a breath or two, please feel free to do so. And then go ahead and make your way into an upright seated position. Let's bring our hands to our heart space. In gratitude for our practice together today. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of my day. I sure do appreciate it. I hope that wherever your travels or sedentary lifestyle today takes you, I hope it's awesome. Namaste. Thank you. This is a donation-based class. If you'd like to donate, my donation links are attached to the video and a little blurb on the side. But if you're not able to today, I hope you enjoyed the practice. I hope you enjoyed the practice either way. And have a great day. Thanks, guys.